Hello Twisters, Cody Williams again, and I'm going to show you guys my favorite version of making a princess. Now we're going to need 2 260s for the dress, whatever color you want her to be, 2 260s for her hair, one 160 or 260 of the skin tone you want, and one Linkaloon also of the skin tone that you want to use. And you can use a sidewall with a 5-inch round, but there's a reason Linkaloons exist. It's so much easier this way. So we're going to start with the dress itself. We're going to blow up these two to both about 6 fingers of a tail. Like so. Now I'll tie them separately so I can show you how you would do it if you blew up one at a time. So we're going to make 2 loop twists for her shoulder pads first. So they're going to be about 2 fingers of a loop twist. Come back around. If you don't let go of the knot, you can make the second loop twist without doing a lock twist, or if you want, lock twist it first. But if you're holding on to it, you can just skip to the next one and wrap it around and skip that lock twist section. So now you have 2 loop twists for shoulders. We're going to take our other 260 and we're going to wrap it in and around as well. Now we're going to treat these two like they're one. We're going to come about 4 fingers and twist them together. Now this time it is really important that you do a lock twist. Take either of the 260s, thread it through, hold all the way, and bring it down. Now this won't come undone. We're going to do a 4-finger bubble followed by an ear twist. We're now going to do 2 1-inch bubbles followed by an ear twist, but let me confuse you. We're going to make a bubble that's going to become ear twisted. So don't ear twist the second bubble. So it's bubble, bubble, then an ear twist. So 3 ear twists last. However you want to word it, just make sure that in between these 2 ear twists, you have 2 bubbles. Now you're going to connect the rest of this with a 4-finger bubble back at the base of the dress, like so. Now either side, doesn't matter yet. Come and do it again. So make a 4-finger, an ear twist, a 1-inch bubble, a 1-inch bubble, then another ear twist. Now, we're not actually going to twist these together. We're just going to push them so it fits by pressure right here. We'll do another 4-finger bubble, and we're going to connect that back at the dress. Now, you could stop here, but we're going to add a little more detail to it and a little more size by coming down another time with a 4-finger bubble and ear twist. I know it's redundant, but it's worth it. 1-inch, 1-inch ear twist. So it's the exact same thing as before, but this time it's a little harder to squeeze it. Come right in the middle of 2 of them, open it up, and push these 2 bubbles around the remaining bubbles like so. Now this looks twisted, but it's not. It's all just pressure fit and it's not going to come undone, especially after you connect in the rest of the dress. Another 4-finger bubble and connect this to the dress. Twist them to secure it. Now whichever side has more room to work with, so if I have more tail on this one, I'm going to send this one back up. That means that this one was the balloon that did these 2 loop twists. So a 4-inch bubble or 4-finger bubble, attach it back at those loops, like so. Now we can skip tying these if we trim them. Hold it so it doesn't come undone. We can bring this back up to the loop twists and back down to the base of the body. And they have 2 sections that's secured into. So it doesn't need to be tied, but if you are really, really worried about it coming undone or you're making this as a delivery, it might be worth tying it just to be safe. But if you're at an event, the kid's gonna break it before it comes undone. Trust me. Undo it, bring it in, and wrap it in again. So this is gonna be my favorite version of making a dress for any princess, like so. Now we're gonna give her a face next. So we're gonna take a 6-inch Linkaloon. We're gonna blow it up to where it starts to round off, bring it back a little bit so it's nice and round, whatever size you really think this dress needs a head to be. So if you change your proportions, just match it with this balloon. Tie it off, and we're gonna wrap. So when you tie it in, make sure you hold it by the knot, not the nozzle, but the knot, and wrap it in. Perfect. Now for the hair, we're gonna need 2 more 260s, and we're gonna blow these up to about 5-6 fingers of a tail. Now these 2 we are going to tie together. We're going to grab them as one. You're going to make 2 1-inch bubbles at the very beginning, and we're going to split them by sending these 2 balloons right through the center and pushing on the knots. That brings them to the top. Pick it up like a stick shift and twist it. This gives you your 2 beginning ear twists. Make a loop twist. It's about 2-3 fingers. And that's going to give her bangs or fringe, or however. like so. Now we're gonna grab the link. Now when you hook on a link to a cluster of a balloon or attaching to anything, don't grab the end of the link and wrap it in. It's gonna have this line effect. Try to grab it really low. Even if you can't, grab some of the balloon itself and wrap that really tight into it. Perfect, like so. From here, I'm gonna trace down these balloons. I'm gonna twist right where it should line up in the neck. So I'm gonna grab both at the same time, twist it, push them in, grab the head, all of it, and those two 260s. Lift the entire thing Linda Blair style, just like so. Don't get the mic pack sucked in. Perfect, you're killing it. All right, so now, we're gonna send either one of these up and down. So I'm gonna come up, twist it, and like before, we're gonna rotate the balloon as we connect it so it doesn't stress here, like so. We're gonna send this one back down again, twist it, we're gonna send it around the body. Now I'm gonna leave the shorter one on the bottom. Whichever one's longer, bring it back up. And twist it in. Now take this bottom one, grab the tail you should have remaining, and just make a giant loop twist out of it. However long it is, that's how long her hair is. From here, I'm gonna take this loop, I'm gonna make kind of a Z or an S out of it, and I'm gonna squeeze it back and forth. And it gives it a little bit of character and more flowing in the wind. Now this is the cool part. We're gonna push some of the air out of this top section. We're gonna bring it down so it kind of lies in between the link and the 260. Keep a hand there so you don't lose it. Trace it above this loop, beneath the hair. Come back up to the top. Push where you want it to connect and wrap it back in. Sometimes you get amazingly lucky and you're gonna connect it right at the tail like we did before. Sometimes you gotta edit it, like so. Now if you push it a little more, pull on the head a little bit, you can shape in this. So it has like a skinny, getting larger effect. And it gives her a really full, very princessy head of hair. But now she needs her hands and arms inside the body at all times. Now you can either use a 160 or a 260. If you use a lot of 260s and you don't have any 160s on you, it's okay, it looks great. It looks a little more petite if you use a 160. So we're gonna start with doing a nice sized ear twist right in the beginning. So again, if you don't have another balloon on this side to ear twist it, you just grab the nozzle, bring your hand down. That hand down will simulate the balloon that's missing. So bring down the knot, lift this up, and when it's the beginning, make sure you really pinch at 90 degrees while you twist that ear twist. And if you're really scared of this ear twist coming undone, you can actually tie the balloon around that center to itself, and that is a lock twist on an ear twist, so it won't come undone. Now you're gonna grab that ear twist, put it right where her neck goes, apply pressure, and walk this balloon around both loop twists, back to the side you started on. From here, we're gonna do a little bit of balloon shaping or balloon bending. Some people call it a shock twist. However, we're gonna find where we want her elbow to be. So this might be your bicep, we want the elbow to be right here. I'm gonna grab right there. I'm gonna kind of C with my hand. I'm gonna pull it into that C. I'm gonna hold it secure. I'm gonna pinch the air out of the outside of the balloon. So I want to bend this way. It's gonna be the outside. I grab it here, I pinch it, I twist it. There's no air in this side section. When I pull it and let it refill, it stretches one side of the balloon. Like when you have figure skating, the outside has to go faster than the inside to make the turn work. It's the same idea. The outside has to be longer to make that turn happen. So we're just making the outside of the balloon longer. Now, bicep, elbow, forearm, twist it where the hand should be. Make 2 small bubbles for her hands. We're going to reverse engineer the same elbow on this side. So however long I think it needs to be, I want to bend it right there, make a curve. Now this part goes against what you think we're about to do. We're going to make the other arm. Now, instinctually, you feel like you need to add it right here. We're actually going to come in on the same side, above the blush, or the peach, where we have in here, and beneath the loop. We're going to push it inside, like so. And that lets us shape in it and keeps really strong and really secure. If you came in this side, you have to wrap around 3 times, or just push through this side and holds really secure. A little bit of organizing and shaping. Now all we have to do is break off the rest of this side and tie it off. And you have this nice little 3-bubble roll through in the middle that no one's gonna see inside of. So you can take that excess and just shove it in the middle and they'll never see it, like so. So this gives us my favorite version of a detailed centerpiece or entertainment piece princess.